there's this idea of this aggregate of individuals that makes up a culture or an economy or a movement or whatever. So we tend to focus on the individuals and direct our attentions laterally, and we kind of miss the systems. I'm going to move through some systems today. I want to start simple. So I thought I'd just start with the flower that I'm thinking of today. It's like a little hibiscus. It just pops up on a tiny stalk in the grass around the place. You don't see it for the rest of the year. It's just for like a month or so around this time of year. And it's called Yiki. And I don't know if it even has an English name, but it's this very beautiful, very bright white flower that just kind of glows. Now, there's signals that come with that white flower. So I see that white flower and I know that it's an indicator that it's time to catch the whitefish in the river. The whitefish at that time are really, really fat. And their fat only in that season is medicinal. So it's good medicine as well for a number of ailments, but then also as a preventative medicine. And when you eat it with the other foods that are available in that season, seasonally, then all those nutrients and medicinal qualities become bioavailable. It won't be long, like over the next month, because I see that when I see that white flower, and I can imagine that now happening. And I know that those whitefish are fat and medicinal. I go to the river to get them. Where? How will I know when I get to the river where I'm going to find those fish? Well, I'll be directed there by the white birds. So I see flocks of white birds diving in a part of the river. I know that's where the white fish are. So I got to get myself a boat and head out to there and throw my line in there or spear those fish there. So that's where you go. You're directed to these places. So what's important here is, especially if you're looking at finances, you're thinking about this big tangled web of signals. So that flower is giving a signal. And there are cause and effect relations here, because that color of that flower, it does something in the world. That signal isn't just it's not just an indicator. It's not just an effect of the season either. It's a cause, because that triggers other things to happen. Certain animals, when they see that color, they come there. And then the scent that they leave, that brings other things. And then they have to interact in certain ways that direct the game trails upwind, downwind, upriver, downriver, all over the place in really complex ways. There are signals happening all the time, really complex things going on. If you disrupt one of those signals, then, it can throw out the entire system. And the season can be late. There's certain trees that won't flower. So there's signals, and then there's noise. And we understand, I don't need to go into it, but we understand we're in like a post-truth, post-fact kind of world right now. Now, in the financial layer, there's a lot of illusion there. There's a lot of illusory signals happening from various Ponzi schemes, various pump and dump schemes. And of course, just what you need in order to try and create this illusion of predictability and generalizability in an economic system, so that you're able to work out the probabilities for the insurances that you can speculate on in a futures market, etc. You need to have these things. There needs to be a certain amount of predictability based on calculations of signals that are coming from the real world. But a lot of these are illusions. So there is this kind of net that's spread out across the world. And I'm not claiming to be separate from that, because that all started when my family speared the Dutch 500 years ago, when they landed on the beach, and let's just say they didn't ask a lady to dance first.